Blizzard is constantly doing things that make their player bases revolt against them, and now they are being obliterated online by consumers because a World of Warcraft developer of 9 years was allegedly fired by them for making jokes about capitalism. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, this actually started a few days ago when Eric Covington, the developer, went online and retweeted a post about Bobby Kotick. And he said, I wrote jokes lampooning generic corporate greed for a venture company loot goblin, very in character, but then leadership walked face first into the joke after string lock while my focus was getting the patch done. Because of their embarrassment, I am no longer at Blizzard. Now, as you can see, this is absolutely blown up. 1.6 million views so far, and this thread is long, but it is important to point out. He even said that funny how it was good enough for marketing and promoting the game before, during, and after I was separated. They took it down after I pointed out the hypocrisy. So first of all, he is saying that he made a bunch of very generic kind of capitalism jokes to put on a loot goblin in World of Warcraft, which to me doesn't sound all that surprising. But he is saying that not only did he get fired over it, but Blizzard actually used some of the dialogue that he wrote for this character in advertisements to promote the game. So he shared a few different examples of what he wrote, saying things like another record quarter for revenue, finders keepers, I thought it was free for all, if only I was a master looter, let's call this a cost of living adjustment, looks like another yacht to me, not enough hazard pay. And all of these things are pretty freaking funny to me, again, because it is a loot goblin saying it. But he did admit that, you know, he worked for Blizzard for 9 whole years, and all of that time went up in flames because someone saw his jokes and thought, oh my god, are these about our company? He said no consideration or trust extended to at least ask me what my intentions were for the character. Was it targeted at anyone? Nope. Additionally, I was in the camp of being excited for RTO because how it benefited my personal working style, and was excited to see my colleagues again. 9 years of service, up in smoke without question because someone looked at an innocuous joke and saw a reflection. Now, this isn't very surprising to hear about Blizzard. It sounds like a lot of people that work at the company are sensitive Sallies, okay? And unfortunately, whenever I talk about Blizzard, it's typically because of their greed or really poor decisions that they're making that piss off their player bases, and this hits both of those. I think that these jokes are funny. I don't see any problems with them, but it could be more than just the capitalism jokes that are hitting home for Blizzard, because even though they haven't said it, for some reason there's this accusation that the use of a greedy goblin is an anti-Semitic trope, and it has been levied against tons of people like J.K. Rowling, when she nor this gentleman have said anything that would lead anyone to believing they're anti-Semitic. So maybe internally someone at Blizzard viewed it that way, but clearly neither of these two people are anti-Semitic or said anything derogatory against Jewish people, and the idea that a greedy goblin represents a Jewish person is a clear projection by the people claiming that. It is no different than people projecting the idea that orcs in Lord of the Rings are supposed to represent African Americans, which isn't true. None of these characters represent these different groups of people, but someone behind the scenes could have went, oh my god, this is so offensive, and reported it, and ultimately Eric here got fired over it. But we've actually heard about a lot of World of Warcraft developers being fired over the past few months. I talked about this in a live stream. I didn't do a dedicated video on it, but the WoW Classic lead was fired for protesting the company policy skewering leadership. The ABK team should be ashamed. One of the lead developers on WoW Classic has been fired after protesting Blizzard's controversial employee evaluation system, attributing the practice to the company's top-level leadership. It seems like behind the scenes, a lot of World of Warcraft developers are facing problems with the higher-ups at the company. They are doing things that these individuals do not like, saying things, making jokes that these individuals do not like, and it is leading to them being fired. Now, of course, like I mentioned, a lot of people are pretty pissed off at Blizzard right now over this Eric Covington loot goblin joke. People are saying things like, this is mind-blowing, holy shit, insane. Side note, the lines you wrote are great. I honestly think that they're hilarious. You have a sense of humor and survived in there that long? I'm impressed. You know, people are saying things like, this is why I don't play Activision Blizzard games, too much corruption and mistreated employees for a game company. Game devs should enjoy creating titles because of how you can expect an audience to enjoy a game. It does sound like he didn't really have any problems with them. I mean, working for a company for 9 years is pretty impressive, especially one like Blizzard that is constantly going through controversy, but it just seems like somebody behind the scenes saw this and went, oh my god, it's so offensive, and then freaked out over it. This totally sucks, as the lines were funny and not directly poking fun at something. It was quite tame, and you could have pushed the jokes to be insanely ridiculous, although that might be too on the nose. Best of luck finding something. Wow, I can't believe what I'm really reading. Sorry that happened to you. These are bangers. I wish I saw these while playing. Power hates truth. I applaud you, fellow Blizzard alum. I was a faithful WoW player for 17 years. All of those fond memories are constantly soured because of how disgusting the company has become. Blizzard is not a good company. They do still have a lot of amazing franchises. They do still make content that people like, obviously, since we continue to buy their games, give them second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances in some cases, but they do a lot of shitty things behind the scenes, and unfortunately, this is just another to add to the list. Obviously, I wish the best for Eric. It seems like he is hilarious and he has a lot of good jokes, and Blizzard just could not appreciate that, so I hope that he finds another studio to go work at that will appreciate his humor. But yes, Blizzard has seemingly fired a World of Warcraft developer over corporate greed jokes. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.